Well, I do think there's a price effect. The combination of globalization and technological change have certainly contributed to lower and more stable prices. It's one of the reasons the Fed's been having such problems hitting their 2% target. However, wages still respond to unemployment, not as strong as they should. And one of the things that goes on in places like Walmart and Amazon and lots of other big box firms is that workers simply don't have the bargaining power that they used to have. I don't think that has all that much to do with technology. I think it actually has a lot more to do with trade.
I'm not going to defend Amazon, Jared, but I'll say this. I mean, first off, Amazon didn't create low prices. Amazon, in fact, is often not the lowest price. If you shop around, they were just competing with Walmart. I mean, I wonder why we're focused. Is technology, I guess, the issue?
I think one of the aspects of technology that you have to kind of acknowledge these days is that people can be much more price sensitive based on the kinds of platforms that both Walmart and Amazon offer, along with the vast increase in the global supply chain. So I do think there's a price connection there, but I think if you want to understand wage dynamics, you have to look at worker bargaining power, and to a real extent, those firms do suppress the ability of workers to bargain for higher pay.
Catherine?
I think the idea of Amazon as the new boogeyman is just a sort of retread of Walmart as the old boogeyman. The idea that there's somehow harm being done to consumers by keeping prices low and by making distribution faster, easier, more reliable strikes me as a weird way to approach the question, and to sort of raise the specter and say, oh, maybe our wage dynamic looks more like Japan, and that would be an unambiguously bad thing. I mean, long ago we were desperate to be just like Japan. So I think this is sort of a weird deja vu of a bunch of old panics mashed
it's
together.
not consumers we're really worried about here. It's wage earners, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so
the wage earners are consumers, obviously, too. But
I think you have to distinguish between consumers and workers or wage earners, and oftentimes they're the same person. And what's interesting about this debate is that there's no question that consumers benefit from the kinds of price dynamics we've been discussing, but there's also wage effects, and if you combine them, then you've got real wages. And in fact, real wages have been stagnant for middle and low wage workers for a long time.
I read the report as if you're not worried about prices going up because things like Amazon and the iPhone keep getting cheaper, you don't press for higher wages. Usually the reason workers are pressing for higher wages is because things are costing more, right? But now things get cheaper all the time, and so they don't.
It's a little more complicated than that because, again, real wages have been stagnant for middle and low wage workers for a long time. So that combines, obviously, nominal wage growth and inflation. Even at low inflation, lots of workers have fallen behind.
Let me throw a red meat one out there for you, Catherine. Where does the decline of union workers fit in all of this?
Right. So obviously the decline of unions is a huge piece of this, and it does for sure rebalance the relationship between employer and employee, between Amazon and the people they pay. I think it's for the good, though. I think there's once again a circumstance where the decline of unions has opened up the market, has allowed more innovation. And yes, of course, in this case, the result might be stagnation of wages, but there are other benefits which shouldn't be overlooked.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.